gone on during the main show, and so she had probably felt more pressure to do a good show. When you watch the whole video, you can see that Tillicum is actually really with Dawn in the beginning of the video. There's a couple of behaviors that she asks him to do where Tillicum just jumps right in and he does exactly what she asked him to do.
I remember 12,000 pounds. We're going to show you how agile these guys are. 12,000 pounds.
There seemed to be a point in the session where things went south, so to speak, and in my humble opinion, it was at that missed bridge, whistle bridge, on the perimeter peck wave.
She asked him to do a perimeter peck wave where she asked him to basically go all the way around the pool and wave his pectoral flipper.
So damn big though.
And she blows her whistle,
There we go.
which is a bridge, which tells the animal that, okay, you've done a good job, come back and get food. But he missed that cue.
He likes waiting so much. He's on waiting.
And he went all the way around the pool on this perimeter pack wave.
We're going to let him keep on waiting.
My interpretation is that he didn't hear the whistle.
So not only did he not hear the bridge, then he went and did a perfect behavior and came back, and what he got was what we call a 3-second neutral response, which is just a way to let the animal know, no, you didn't do the correct thing, you're not going to get rewarded, and then we're going to move on. And then you can also see through the video that Dawn is running out of food.
The animals can sense when you're getting to the bottom of your bucket of fish because they can hear the ice clanging around and the kind of fishy, soupy water at the bottom. And the handfuls of fish that they're getting delivered by the trainer are all getting smaller. So they know that they're coming down to the end of session.
When you see the difference between the beginning of the video and the end of the video, you can see that he's just not quite on his game anymore.
There was no food left. She kept asking him for more and more behaviors. He wasn't getting reinforced for the behaviors that he was doing correctly. He probably was frustrated towards the end.
Then she walked around the perimeter of G-Pool. He followed her. And then continued over into the rocky ledge area where she laid down with him to do a relationship session, which is, it's quiet time basically.
Tillicum at some point grabbed a hold of her left forearm and started to drag her and eventually did a barrel roll and pulled her in. May have started as play or frustration and clearly escalated to be very violent behavior that I think was anything but play. In the end, he basically just completely mutilated that poor girl.
They were gathering all the trainers at the Texas park. He said there's been an accident at the Florida park and a trainer was killed. Hearing that it was Dawn, I couldn't believe it. I just remember saying to myself, not Dawn, it can't be Dawn. He said that, and he still has her. And I just was so disturbed by that and the reality of how powerless we are.
Avulsion, laceration, abrasion, fractures and associated hemorrhages, blunt force traumas to the main body, to the extremities. To see this meted out against a trainer, and I cannot fathom the reason. It's shocking. The lawyer for OSHA asked me what I thought we'd learned, and I'm sitting in the courtroom and I've got the Kelty Byrne case file in one hand, and I've got Don Brandshow in the other, and they're almost to the day 20 years apart. And I'm looking at these two things. My only answer is nothing. In fact, it's not a damn thing. We have not learned a damn thing for something like that to happen 20 years apart.
Did you tell if it was an accident or if this...
Did this female trainer work with this whale on a regular basis?
I don't know. What apparently happens, we had a female trainer back in the whale holding area. She apparently slipped or fell into the tank and was fatally injured by one of the whales.
At first, SeaWorld reported that a trainer slipped and fell in the water and was drowned. So that was the first report.
It wasn't until eyewitness accounts disputed that they had to go back in their huddle and say, wait a minute, we got to come up with a new plan.
New tonight, SeaWorld has confirmed the killer whale pulled the woman into the water. She didn't fall into the tank, as the sheriff's department